So let's go over how to read a financial aid award letter. Now, right off the bat, as you can see here, I have an award letter here, basically just something that I have had here for about 2 decades here. And the reality is this award letter looks the same as it did 2005. They look exactly the same. They haven't changed much of these things. So I'm going to go through this and show you guys the differences and things to look out for. Right at the top of every financial aid award letter, basically all of them will have this. At the top, they're going to have their estimated cost of attendance. This is very important to know because they're basically telling you here, this is what we think our cost is going to be for your student going forward for the next academic year, 23-24, fall and spring together, all of it. Room, board, books, transportation, miscellaneous fees. This is our total cost for you guys attending our college. So we know exactly what the cost will be for the academic year next year. Second thing a lot of these schools are going to show on there is your expected family contribution. Essentially the number they think you can pay towards the cost of college based on your financial aid forms, the FAFSA, the CSS profile, institutional forms, all of it together. They're saying this is the amount we think you should be paying towards the cost of college. If that number looks off to you because it doesn't match the FAFSA or it's a lot higher than the financial aid EFC numbers you've been getting from the forms, you want to contact the school and ask them, is there anything we're missing here? Our numbers showing on FAFSA show, let's say 15,000, but your number shows 35,000. Why is the number so different here? Why are you guys charging us more on our side to pay for college than the financial aid forms are kind of situation? So let's say everything works out though. They give you a total cost. They show you how much of they're expecting you to pay towards the cost of college for that one student for that one academic year. The leftover part, the estimated financial aid need, is them saying to you, this is the amount we should try to help you with as much as possible. Which brings us to the next level, which shows us the grants, the scholarships, the loans, the work programs, which also obviously includes the scholarship money. So any money the school is giving you through the admissions office for being accepted should also be on here. So any scholarship money that you know you'll be getting will also be on this award letter as well. Now, when it comes to the financial aid award letters, right off the bat, you want to make sure these numbers align. And what I mean by that is if one school is giving you, let's say, $3,000 or $4,000 of a Pell Grant, which is a federal fund, federal grant, and the other schools are giving you $1,000 of Pell Grants, there's a big disconnect here. Pell will always stay the same. So you want to make sure those numbers stay the same, essentially. On here as well, you want to make sure the state aid is on here too. If we know we're in Excelsior, or if we know we're going to get TAP, Tuition Assistance Program, grant money from the state of New York, I want to see it on here. If I'm from New Jersey, and I'm staying in New Jersey, and I'm getting TAG, Tuition Assistance Grant, and I see it's on here, I'm good. If I don't see it on here, then we have an issue. I'm going to contact the school and make sure if I'm staying in the state that I reside in and I'm supposed to get state aid, they put it on the package. If they don't, I want to know why they're not putting it on the package. Next thing you want to look at is what additional grant money are they giving us? And you want to figure out, based on these grant numbers they're giving us here, does this make sense for us financially to send our student off to this institution? In addition to that, also on the award letters will also be the loans as well as any work study programs. Now, what you'll notice is on the award letters, when they say work study, when they say a job on the campus, most of the time that work study number, you should look at it as extra income, extra money on the side, let's call it. Because no work study program, any work program the student has at the school, ever goes directly to the bill. So they don't take that amount as far as financial aid off the bill. They look at it as, we're going to offer your student essentially a part-time job here. If they decide to work, we're going to pay them every week or 2 weeks. You can think about it as kind of like spending money, maybe money for the books or laundry or pizza, that kind of stuff. But I never look at work study money as something I'm going to utilize to help pay for the college tuition. It's just something to lessen the bill that every week comes in from the student needing food or groceries. In addition to that, though, you also want to make sure to see on there the federal loans. As freshman students going into college, your student will receive $5,500 of federal loans guaranteed just because you filled out the FAFSA form. So you're kind of going through this for a few reasons. Number one, to figure out what the cost is, what they're going to give us as far as financial assistance, and if there's anything missing here that we know should be on here, which then brings us to, okay, we got accepted, we got the award letter, they're showing the aid we're supposed to be getting. How do we get more? Well, right at the bat, let's talk about appealing. How do you appeal for more money, whether it be scholarship money or grant money? And when you're talking about appealing for scholarship money or grant money, really financial aid of any kind, on the free side, let's call it, you need to figure out what your game plan is. Let me explain to you what I mean by game plan. There's technically two types of financial aid appeals. There's a scholarship appeal, which is handled by the admissions office. There's a grant appeal, which is handled by the financial aid office. Let's start first with the admissions office. The admissions office, the scholarship money you're given is actually the best, basically the golden ticket of financial aid, in the sense that this is guaranteed for 4 years. Scholarship money guaranteed for 4 years. Grant money not guaranteed for 4 years. Grant money on the financial aid side is given to you every year you guys do financial aid forms, as long as you're showing financial aid need. So if your income goes up, your grant can go down. If your income goes down, your grant can go up. But your scholarship will always stay the same for all 4 years. With that being said, let's say we get a great scholarship from 2 or 3 other schools my student's not interested in going to. But the school we want to go to has offered us a decent amount, but not anywhere near what the other schools do. What I would do is I'd go right to the admissions office, let them know we've been offered other scholarship amounts, higher scholarship amounts from other institutions that we're considering attending. That's the person you appeal with, the admissions office for scholarship money. Do not go to the financial aid office to appeal scholarships because they have no control over the scholarship money. So that's the direction you're going in. Let's look at it from a financial aid appeal. Let's say that another school is giving us more grant money than the school we have. In many cases, they will not accept this as an appeal for grant money from the financial aid office. For financial aid, it's different from the admissions office from this point of view. Admissions can go over budget. Financial aid cannot go over budget. Let me explain to you what I mean by over budget. If you're looking at a school that costs $50,000 a year, and let's say that school gave you a $25,000 scholarship, great amount. So you have a $25,000 scholarship for a $50,000 college. That means you have $25,000 left that you need help to pay for college, basically, or you have to come out of pocket for it, college. Let's say you fill out all the financial aid forms, and the financial aid forms say you can pay $25,000. Well, that school cannot give you any grant money because between the $25,000 they're giving you and the $25,000 the school, the financial aid forms say you can pay, you're already at the cost of the college of $50,000. However, that school, you can still appeal the scholarship money, believe it or not, because the scholarship money is irrelevant of need. So let's say another school gave you 35, another school gave you 40. You can go back to them and say, look, we love your school. Is there any way you can match the 30? They can look to work with you and look to see if they can match the 30. That's the admissions side. So admissions has more leeway. Financial aid, it's all like an Excel sheet. It's all mathematics. It's all calculations they have to equal out. In the same sense, if you're looking at a school that costs $50,000 and they've already given you $25,000 in grant money, and the FAFSA says you can pay $25,000, they cannot award you more grant money. They just can't. It's impossible. Even if another school gave you $30,000 or $40,000 in grant money because they cost more, they can't match that number. However, if something financially changes for you, you have an income drop from the 21 tax information you use for the FAFSA, your 22 taxes show a lower taxable income, you can do an appeal. If you have a job loss, if you have any medical expenses, anything that affects your income or your assets in any way to lower your expected family contribution can be used as an appeal to ask the financial aid office for more grant money. But if there's nothing lowering that number and you have no space, they're not going to help you. Admissions is probably the way for you guys to go. So just kind of things to think about as you're putting together your appeal strategy. What do you want to do? Are we looking to appeal just a scholarship, or are we looking to appeal the grant? And in some cases, believe it or not, you can appeal both depending on your situation. As well as, if you guys do enjoy today's video, please leave us a like. It does help the channel. And as well as that, on the screen here, you see my contact information. If you need help with the financial aid process or the admissions process or anything college related, to be honest with you, very simple. On the screen is my contact information. I do sit down with families on a one-on-one basis through Zoom to help families out with their specific college situation. So if you do need help with your college situation, just reach out to me. You can reach me by text, email, or just give me a call. Other than that, thank you for watching today's video. Once again, my name is Ed from Principia Prep.